Yo, hope all is well with everybody, man. We're glad to be back for another week. I'm Matt Francis. The other hosts are coming on. They're just a little delayed. I think Johnny on his way in right now. But and pardon my head being down a little bit, but I was just sharing it on all of the different groups. But man, I hope all is well with everybody. Everybody is blessed. Um, at the very beginning of the show, there goes
Hello.
Johnny right there. Yes, ma'am. Um, I was just opening up the show, but at the very beginning of the show, we're gonna have brother Amir's loved ones on the show to announce an event. Johnny, you want to speak on that?
No, you can go ahead, Matt.
Okay. Well, we're gonna have them on to speak on an event they have coming up. What's up, brother Pat? And actually, we'll have them now. You can introduce yourselves and tell us what's going on. Sister Larisha?
Hello.
Yes. Yes, we wanted to let you tell us about the event. Can you hear us? I guess not. Well, we may have to have them tell us
Hello.
about it. Hey, Sister Larisha, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, good, good, good. Yeah, we wanted to have you tell us about the what's up, Kenneth? How you making out? We wanted to have you tell us about the event y'all have coming up. Um,
Okay. Is John on the line?
he was, but I think he may have been having technical difficulties as well.
Okay. Hold on one second. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So he's gonna join us back in. He was having problems as well. I think I was too, but for some reason it came back up. But we are having an event. It's gonna be June the 5th. It's a rally, Justice for Jameer and Justice for Nola. It's gonna start at the Walgreens on Bullard in New Orleans East at 10 o'clock, and then we're gonna rally from the Walgreens down to Joe Brown Park, where the leaders of the community will come in and speak. A lot of the politicians and churches, come together as a whole to try to, talk to the community about this crime that's going on in New Orleans. For everybody to come together as one.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to that. Please, 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 please keep us posting if there's anything we can do. Let us know.
Okay,
Brother
we're
Johnny, you want?
asking for every. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's my bad. What were you saying, man?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You said we were asking for
We're
everybody
asking
to
for
do.
everybody to come out to make it a family event. It's only going to be for 2 hours. We're asking all the barbers, the beauticians, everybody of the community to come out as a family to walk with us for justice, for Jameer and justice for New Orleans, with this gun violence that's going on. Bring the kids. We're asking not just mothers that has lost kids due to senseless gun violence, but also for parents, you know, um, as a family to have the experience for this to make history in the history books of New Orleans for us for justice.
Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to it. We will for sure be pushing it on this platform. Brother John, did you
Thank
want
you.
to
We
have
appreciate
words?
it.
Pleasure is all ours. We've been speaking about it ever since it happened.
The only
John, you
thing I
want to go
want,
ahead?
the only thing I wanted to add was that we're asking everyone to wear the shirts of the person that you may have lost to gun violence, and that way, we could gives is you really going to paint a big picture on exactly how many people we really lost, in this fight. It's a huge fight that we can't do alone. We need everybody to kind of join in to do this. Everybody talking about it, everybody kind of complaining about it. Here's the first opportunity we're given to do something about it.
Hmm. Well,
I'm putting this in my calendar right now. That's why if y'all see me looking down, because I want to try
I'm
to
I'm I'm
do
I'm
that.
actually reaching out to some people I know from the city as well right now to try to get them over. But this is an
We
amazing
appreciate
thing.
that.
This is an amazing event y'all are putting on. We while it is, we hate that it's been brought to us by such a tragic event with a loss of such a precious thing as that baby. And
Right,
please
right.
pardon me, I have kids. My oldest is 21, and I still call him a baby. So I don't mean no disrespect when I say baby, but
No, you're good because he's gonna always be our baby. You know,
okay.
he's
I
not
just
here
wanted
in
to,
physical form, but and he's gonna always. His spirit still lies here, within us. So he's gonna
yes,
always be our baby. He was an innocent baby.
yes, ma'am. Thank y'all for letting the public share this with y'all this time, uh, and 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 I also appreciate the fact that you guys. I didn't know that this was going to be a part of it, but y'all are giving us the chance to memorialize our own lost or slain loved ones. So thank you guys so much for being so selfless, even in your time of dealing with what happened. We appreciate that.
Yeah, like the beginning, that me and John both said, we're not selfish people. On December 25th, 2020, unfortunately, tragedy hit our family. And our footsteps and our shoes as parents changed. You know,
Hmm.
um, and that's just the road that we're in, and we have to keep Jameer's legacy and justice for Jameer. But in saying that, we're not selfish people. We understand that there are a lot of other people, that has lost children. I don't like to use the word lost, so I say transition over to heaven due to this gun violence. But we're trying to make a difference, in a community with it, and give people back that voice. Some people that didn't pursue their child's cases, in some cases have began cold cases. Well,
Mm.
we're asking God that He arises those cold cases, and that the community, that the DA's office, they have to do something about it.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with that. It's too many of these things and that are going on in our communities. And when you speak with the law enforcement, it almost feels like you get a shoulder shrug. Like, well,
Right.
it's way too much of that. So I appreciate that as well.
Hmm.
I mean, the things that happen in our community, we the first the ones that kind of know what happens, and a lot of times we kind of live by the whole, particularly the black community, live by the no snitching rule, which is now has become a kind of a dumb rule, because if a person wants to, it feels like, no, I can't call Crime Stoppers to tell Crime Stoppers, what happened or what I know, that'd be snitching. My question to them would be, would they have the same energy if it were their family member?
Right.
Hmm.
Would you still feel like, it's snitching if I had information on your family member being murdered? Would you still feel like, I'll be snitching if I called? And I'm always sure you wouldn't. So that's the kind of things we're trying to like put out there to the community, that it's all right to kind of, it's time to start telling the truth. And only that's the only way we're gonna stop it. Because
Right.
the more we don't say nothing about it, the more it's gonna happen. And eventually it will knock at your front door in some way. Cousin, uncle, best friend, teacher, mentor, some way it will touch you.
I'm in full agreement. Well,
I think we also
we're
we have to change the narrative with these young kids about what's cool and what's not cool, and what's, being in our society. If you tell you a snitch, but we need to get that mindset out. This whole our community,
Right.
because what it's doing is hurt. We living on some, in so many words, some crazy stupid rules that
Correct.
this
Right.
some ghetto rules that was made up by, don't even know who it was made up by, but we just living on like these rules. But at the end of the
Right.
day, man, we got to get the narrative, this mindset out of our people, man, because it's hurting. You know, it hurt.
Yeah.
Like I'm
And
just
it's
to you.
gonna get worse. The summer, and I'm sorry, and I didn't mean to cut you off. The
Yeah,
summertime is approaching, and it's gonna get worse. And like I say, we never expected this to hit our home. So imagine who else's home that this can hit.
yeah,
I 100%. Well, I can tell you for a fact that that no snitching stuff was brought about by criminals,
Right.
and unfortunately, it was put in place by criminals to benefit criminals.
Correct.
Correct.
It doesn't benefit good people that are trying to go about their life. So if you know anything, um, you know, I mean, this is too serious. It is. There's no such thing for me as it's gonna knock at my door. It's there. It's here already. We losing too many of us. We can't. I'm a big proponent of justice reform, but we
Hmm.
can't we can't we can't just look at the cops and say that they're killing us and not look at how we are spilling
Yeah.
the blood of our people in the
Yeah.
street, like we're and
Hmm.
we're
I mean,
behaving that way with each other.
yeah. I mean, I'm a big proponent of Black Lives Matter, and I understand the movement, but I don't feel like Black Lives Matter only starts and stops with the police. I think Black Lives
Hmm.
Matter when we killing each other in the streets.
Well, right, right,
So,
I
nah,
100% agree with that.
definitely agree too.
and that's the
Well,
truth.
Well, we definitely appreciate you guys coming on and speaking with us. Again, any information y'all have that any way we can have, we've been speaking about it and on it ever since it happened. And I hate that it's under such circumstances, but I do consider myself honored to, as much as we talk about you all, to finally be meeting you, Jameer's loved one. So
Hmm.
thank y'all so much for
thank
taking
you.
time to come and speak with us.
Thank
Um,
you.
and blessings y'all's way. As tragic as this is, and I hate it, I do believe some good is gonna come of this. If nothing else, but holding law enforcement accountable. There's no
Right.
accountability. This stuff is just happening. You know, I'm gonna speak about something that happened with us on my end in a minute, but we just on all fronts we got to do better with this
Yeah.
whole thing. So thank y'all so much. Was there anything y'all wanted to share with us in closing?
Oh, that's about it. Like I said, June 5th at 10 o'clock. We're going to start at the Walgreens on Lake Forest and Bullet and march down to Joe Brown Park. And at Joe Brown Park, that's where the rally kind of begins. We're going to have like social workers out there. We're going to,
Mental health.
mental health people out there, mental health nurses out there. Uh, we've have some politicians to come out and speak, but at the same time, we're not just trying to make this, a political front. We,
Hmm.
we we want our people to band together in an effort to like bring back the village.
Mm, beautiful. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm all. Let's do it. We gotta let's make it happen. Well, thank y'all so much for taking time to speak with us again. Any information y'all get, please shoot it our way.
Okay,
All right, no
thank you.
problem. Thank
Robin
you.
has the other information regarding a broadcast that's gonna a special live show that's gonna be next Wednesday in lieu of Jameer as well. I gave her we passed it the message on to
There
her
it is.
earlier, right, John?
Yeah, they're posting it now.
Okay.
Okay, I see it as
Yeah.
well now too.
Yeah.
Well, thank y'all so much, and again, we look forward to June 5th. Let's do it.
All right.
All right,
We'll
thank you
see y'all.
guys.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Y'all be blessed.
All right.
Blessings your way as well, man.
Bye bye.
Uh, so y'all, you'll notice, Johnny, that I just tagged a bunch of people, um,
I see that.
because I am uh, assume. I'm about to speak on something tragic that happened with my band director, my drum teacher, Sean Ruffin. Um, from what I understand, uh, from what I understand, he was there was an attempted he was robbed by some youngsters a few nights ago, and they took his truck, and gunfire was exchanged between himself and those youngsters, those kids. From what I understand, people don't even believe those kids were uh, 15 years old. You know, I'm told that they were fairly young kids, um, and the the tragedy in that for me is we are talking about a man who has dedicated his life to helping kids that are that age. He has dedicated his life. I've met Sean Ruffin when I was a 14-year-old man, when a young man, young boy, and the slap in the face this is for Sean Ruffin to for some kids, some fucking children, pardon my French, some fucking children to take a man that has poured out of himself, right? That has given up, sacrificed his own family for children that are these kids' age. For all I know, he could have taught they big brothers and they daddies and they cousins, and that's Sean Ruffin. These little fucking animals, right? And I'm calling them what they're behaving like. So if I say something that offends you, that's what these little fucking bastards, right? They catch this man who is doing nothing but going about the business of helping more kids. For if I know Sean the way I think I know him, he was probably on his way to help kids then. And so the tragedy in all of this is not just that it happened to somebody, but that it happened to a man that has dedicated his life to helping children their age. I am I am uber thankful that nothing that this ended the way it did, uh, and uh, that he is okay. But here is the next thing: the time is coming where bad shit is gonna start happening. I mean, the time is coming. Um, People can feel how they want about the shootout. I am on the side where I'm thankful he had his gun, because if he wouldn't have had a fucking gun, we might be having a different show right now. We might be having a show where we memorializing my fucking drum instructor, a man who changed my life. We could be having a different we this could be a whole different kind of thing right now. So here is the thing. Um we gotta do a better job with these kids, and I'm about to the point where I'm ready to tell every adult I know, arm yourself, and have your shit on you, because had he not had his, again, we might be having a different kind of show right now. So yes, yeah, that was him, and he didn't ask me to do this. I didn't even talk to him about this. As a matter of fact, I don't know. I don't even know whether he would have an appreciation for it. I genuinely don't know. But I will say this: that's a good man right there that has again dedicated his life to helping children, present company included, and it was children that tried to victimize him. That's messed up. So, Johnny, thank you for giving me this time to say it. You please feel free to respond to what I said. Oh, and let me also say, I do not speak for the crucial conflict. So when I say this, I'm speaking for myself. My opinions are my opinions. I don't want to get them. I don't want to get those brothers or Robin or anybody else jammed up.
Nah, bro, we feel just like you. I actually talked to Sean Ruffin today, and he was in good spirit and everything. But the one thing you said, you know, there's a man that saved a lot of lives, and the crazy thing is, those kids that did that, he could save their life. That's another thing. Like, um, I don't know what's becoming of the city of New Orleans and with the crime and the kids and everything like that. But this shit gotta change, dog. Like it hurts when I hear some of my brothers that's out of town. You know, I hear my not too long ago Matt came down here. Somebody broke in his car. I got brothers, some other brothers. You know, we can't even come here to have fellowship because
Drake came down there. They broke in his car.
you feel what I'm
He was
saying.
down there for like 3 hours. They went in his car.
Um, and I know maybe the stuff that I'm about to say might tick some people off because we talked about some of this stuff like one time before. But as much as we complain about some of the things like that go on for us, gentrification and all that stuff, I don't have a problem with it. But that's a different subject for another day. But this shit gotta change, though. Like these kids, like, and we keep like we blaming the kids, we blame the parents, but it's a lot more than that. It got to be some system stuff that's really in place that's keeping us from really growing as a city, man. Like I just don't understand how kids could have fun and trying to rob somebody. And I know when you rob, they may not know who he was, but you know, like I know for sure. I'm not gonna say I know for sure, but I guarantee you, those kids that did that know somebody that knows Sean Ruffin. No one of their partners know who Sean Ruffin was. You feel what I'm saying? Um, I just don't know, man. It's getting to the point where sometimes I think to myself, man, when is my time gonna be up to leave? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if and the crazy thing is, just say Sean Ruffin would have shot one of them kids. And just say somebody would have shot him, we'd be talking about a different story. But then they might have would have wanted to put Sean Ruffin in jail because he shot him for defending himself. You feel what I'm saying, Matt? So I don't know what can we come about this? I think the same energy we put into when a cop kills a black human being, we need to have that same energy and keep fighting like that gun, like what they're doing on June 5th. That needs to be done more often. It needs to be done more often. Like it needs to be done more often. And I know we may be just talking to the choir right now. The people that really need to hear this probably not even be able to get what we saying, Matt. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to even hit us. Because if it don't have nothing with shaking your ass or anything negative, they're not going to look at it. So I don't know, Matt. But it's very heartbroken when your partner come from out of town, come from Dallas, to enjoy his family that he ain't see, enjoy his brothers and fellowship, and his car get broken into. What kind of message?
Well, but here's the next thing. Um, and I'll go back to something I said before. Um, we tried to put it in the hands again of the kids to do the right thing, and we tried to put it in the hands of the parents, and it's not working. So now the victims have to arm yourselves. Um, Look, y'all, when y'all go into these gas stations, let's be vigilant. I don't know why it's just not a police presence at all of these gas stations. I don't know why that's not the case because that seemed to be where the shit is happening at. But that's neither here nor there. When you go in, arm yourself. You be vigilant, and if it comes down to you, your life or someone else's life, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. If the time comes, if the time comes where somebody puts you in the predicament where you're having to choose between your life and their life, that shouldn't be a hard decision. Because in my mind, if I'm having to choose between good, hardworking people getting out of here and these little evil bastards, well, I'm ready for. There has to be a changing over this, and these kids not scared of nothing. They. So I'm not saying go out here and practice vigilante justice or anything of the sort. But I'm saying defend yourselves. Make it where you can defend yourself. This shit ain't good. I don't know what's going on, but make it. You gotta. You have to defend you and your family. This is getting again. Again. Had Sean Ruffin not been able to defend himself, we would be having a different kind of show right now. We would be, God forbid, we would be memorializing him right now. So since they won't do right, right? We can't get them to do right. We can't we keep impressing upon them, hey man, keep your hands out of people's shit. Or mama, daddy, where you? Why your baby out this time? But none of that ain't working. Defend yourselves, people. That's
And
all I'm gonna say. Defend yourselves. Be
another,
ready and defend yourself when the time comes.
another thing is, I saw a post like not too long ago that says, I think Shamar, I want to say Shamar Allen said that, but I don't know. It may not, it might have wasn't him. It's easy for a kid to get a gun than get an instrument. That's the saddest thing. It's easy for a kid to get a gun than to get an instrument. And it's crazy because parents nowadays do not fight against their kids getting involved in extracurricular, which actually takes up a lot of their time of what they need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy. Like, I just don't understand, like, why crime? Like, that's the, like, why crime? Like, why crime? Why you want to do crime? But it's more of a culture thing, and people really don't like. People don't want to really have a real conversation about what the problem is, because people really be on something when you have conversation like this, especially with other African Americans. They don't like to hold the accountability aspect of what this problem really is. They don't like to hold that against our people on all levels. They don't like to hold it against our people. And the culture has to change, man. Like, the culture really has to change. Mindsets have to change. A lot of different things have to change. Like, just to be real with you. But
Well, it's difficult to give your child an instrument where when you have parents that don't even want to hear him practice the shit.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like if like no shade, but I mean if the child poo and they making that squeegee sound on the clarinet, you know they mama might be like, man, you making too much noise on that snare drum. They never really fully appreciate the fact that your parents matter, my parents matter. I'm looking at some of these Amos, T Brown, Giovanni, all of these dudes, Lloyd, all of these Tone, Patrick, all of these dudes, they was cold at what they played. So clearly their parents let them do their thing. But you got a lot of parents that don't even want to hear their children practicing. You know what I mean? I mean, because it's in the way for them. It's an inconvenience to them. They don't even live their lives like, well, I got to sacrifice some stuff because my children and my life is forever changed when I became a parent. You know what I mean? So that's a tough one. Not only can they not get an instrument, but their parents don't want him practicing it. So,
put
but
put up
either way,
put up Patrick comment right quick. Yeah, I feel you on that. I also think, like, back in the days, our parents used to say this, but bro, I'm gonna tell y'all. Another thing is, a lot of these kids need counseling, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand counseling really helps. if you think about the kids that's growing up, these kids been through Katrina, they've been through all kind of shit, all type of shit. This pandemic, and I'm not trying to blame these things, but they need counseling. And I always say that if you ever listen to the music they listen to, the same shit that those guys are preaching to them are what they're actually doing. Like I ain't gonna lie, listen to King Von a little. King Von says that if you do me something, I'm instantly gonna kill you. He don't say I'm gonna talk to you. He's not gonna say I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna whoop your ass. He instantly say I'm going to kill you. That's what he instantly said. And a lot of this stuff that's being embedded into our kids, that's what's hurting them too. That's the actual counseling. The rap music is counseling our kids because they
But
don't.
Johnny, you came up in the 90s. You came up in the 90s in the Cash Money era. Why you didn't kill people?
Hold up, Matt, hold up.
Okay.
I let you talk. What I'm saying is, like, and they don't have no respect. Matt, you made me lose my train of thought. Go ahead, Matt.
No, I'm just gonna ask a question. We came up, me and you basically the same age. We came up in the Cash Money 90s era. Why we didn't go out killing people? What was something else they said? I mean, like I mean, honestly, I wanted to have a Bentley, you know what I mean? Like I wanted the stuff they had, but I wasn't going to wet nobody t-shirt. I didn't. Uptown had you catching up the guard quicker. I just didn't go up there like that. Like, you know what I mean?
If you think about it, Matt, Cash Money had a big influence, and most of Cash Money shit was about bling bing and getting money. They hardly every now and then they may have said. Now in the early 90s, there was more like talking about women and drugs and stuff. But gangster rap was like, but in our era, tell me, like Jay-Z, my era was Jay-Z, Cash Money, Matt.
Your era was Cash Money, Johnny. You don't remember the songs that was BG.
That was all right, BG. But then if you think about it, the most known songs from Cash Money, radio wise, was Bling Bling. I'm a hot boy. You feel
Cash Money is the Army, better yet a Navy. That's under Uptown got you catching up the guard quicker was a hit. They got a t-shirt waiting on your effing picture. What you think that was about? Well, if that's the case, why we wasn't out killing people? Why you wasn't out killing people? I listened to it just like you, Johnny.
But it wasn't that. I don't feel like Cash Money was like that. Did you ever heard how much killing they saying in these dudes shit now?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Like that when it was coming up though. Like not Cash Money wasn't like that. Juvenile, back that ass up. Come on. It was more of like Jay-Z.
Baby, let me get the keys to the Rover truck. What you think he wanted to do in the Rover truck?
I mean, I ain't think all I wanted was the Rover truck. I ain't think past that, man.
He was trying to get, man, let me get this beef shit over, bruh.
I feel
it was the same, bruh. Every school in the city played Dragon from the River. I mean, what do you think that was about?
Right, Matt. All right, I feel what you're saying. But you see, Dragon for the River, think about it.
No, you're not going to try to make that better.
Listen. Dragon for the River is a statement where you had to like really think. We had a different respect level.
Them boys couldn't stand Mystical. What are you talking about? They hated him.
We had a different respect level. We understood.
Nah. No, but I'm gonna tell you something. My point is, we had some of the same kinds of music these kids had.
I don't know.
I'm just man. What is the lyrics to? Boy, we had what this. Wait, Chopper City came.
That's Dragon. That's Mr. Koyo. I'm from the
boy. Listen, that song was uber violent. Every verse, and my school played it.
Thank you, Chris. This is the difference. Chris, put Chris thing up. Them dudes, we knew the rules to the streets, dog. These dudes don't know the rules to the streets. They just don't give a fuck now.
Hey, listen. Let me say this. I don't know what the difference is between us and the kids that's in school now, but we had some of the same kinds of music, and for whatever reason, man, it just didn't have the same effects on the masses. I can't tell you why.
But I feel like more of their music is saying that message though. I do. I feel like
Certainly.
it's saying that message. Like more of their music is saying that message.
Maybe it's hit different, but no, Johnny, we had some very violent music. Let me say this: when I was in
Let me ask
school,
you
it
this.
was a
Let me ask you this. Was you that song UNLV, was that on the radio?
Dragging from the River. Absolutely, it was on the radio.
How much? But how
Dragging
much?
from the Radio was
How
in
much?
regular rotation.
How much?
Rotation, yes.
It was on regular rotation.
Johnny, I promise on everything I love. Dragon from the River was on the red. Man, all of y'all that went to school in the late 90s with me, am I correct? Wasn't Dragon from the River on the? I promise it was on the radio, regular rotation.
But look, all right, that's the thing. All right, here go another thing. See how you saying that, man? I hardly ever heard the cursing version, dog. Because you know
You,
you had two different kind of CDs. Come on, man, you know I ain't lying. And
you didn't have to hear the cursing version of Dragon from the River. Listen, when you heard the band play and it wasn't the words, you knew it was an angry song.
I didn't even know you were saying Mr. Cole, you a hoe. I didn't know what he was. I thought he was saying because I couldn't bring the explicit version in the house, no.
Bruh, I'm Johnny. Listen,
I was just playing with you, dog.
bruh, I'm being real with you. Now again, I don't know why, I don't know why that shit hit different when we was in school. I don't know why. It was
The
different.
shit,
Like it didn't.
the shit can take control of us. Like that shit wasn't. But I'm gonna tell you this. I don't know, man. I can only speak for me. My mama kind of like, even though I was listening to that shit, my mama was like, boy, don't be listening. Like, don't listen. That shit ain't. You better. That shit ain't real. Like my mama tell me some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
I I I I tend to agree with that. I tend to agree with that, but
My
I
parents
just
a little different.
drugs play a big part of music. Not to wait, not to nowadays too. These dudes. Okay, now this won't be very popular. What I'm about to say, but Cash Money in my time encouraged drug use as well. I got a pocket full of furrow. Go and get that Earl. Baby said you could treat your nose. Listen,
But
Turk
man,
would say constantly, "Baby said I could treat my nose." What do y'all think he was talking about? Johnny,
man,
have you ever snorted coke? Because I haven't.
I didn't even know what that probably meant.
That's they
I'm
they
from the
meant
I'm from the East. I'm from the old East, so I didn't know nothing about a lot of that stuff.
they Cash Money encouraged drug use, and I'm not talking about
Hold on,
weed.
what's the first thing you said about what drugs you said? That
I
furlough?
got a pocket full of furrow. Go
Yeah,
get that Earl.
but that's like statements you really had to think about.
You ain't have to think about.
I thought he
Listen,
meant I thought he meant aluminum foil. You heard me?
Johnny, no, brother. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, brother. I'm gonna tell you right now. Cash Money back in our day in the late 90s, it might have changed, but I'm being real. Dog, they really was talking about snorting coke and shooting heroin.
That song wasn't on the radio like that. That one you saying I got a pocket full of foil. That song wasn't on the radio like that.
Man, pocket full of I don't know. I don't know. Was pocket full of fur might have not been on the radio. It was a hit though.
Like Jared Davis said, I ain't gonna lie. Social media is fucking these kids up too, though. Like these kids, let me tell you something. These kids probably gonna be on social media and all of it. Like these, and they could see like a woman, fine ass woman at the age of 11, titties out, everything. So social media plays. We ain't have social media though, Matt. You feel me?
We ain't had social media, man, but we knew. I mean, come on, Johnny. You came. Y'all. It wasn't the quiet boys in the East. Um,
I was a good
you
child,
you knew what was happening in the streets, man. Like
but I
these
feel like,
kids.
the social media kind of exposed that shit more.
Man, maybe the people in the country. I mean, dude,
Man,
we
man, I feel dog. We ain't have social dog. If we had social media, dog, shit probably would have been different. But social media, dog, really exposed these kids to a lot of different shit. Social media don't have a restriction. If your parent don't put no restriction on your shit, which 9 times out of 10, these kids don't have no restriction on their shit. It can you can be on Mary had a little lamb, and all of a sudden some woman to pop up fine with no ass and everything.
okay, but look, okay, now Amos is saying something right now. Amos, I feel what you saying, brother, but me and you grew up in the same era, Amos. Your kids ain't no criminals. That's what I'm saying. We all keep talking about how these kids grew up, that one grew up. Well, why your kids not fucked up, Johnny? I met your kids. They very mannerable. They why your kids not fucked up? Answer that.
I ain't letting my kids get on social media.
Um, your kid. I would venture to say
Boy,
your
that's not
kids
true,
can.
boy. That's not true. You mean to tell me social media is not a problem? So I'm gonna
I'm
tell you
not.
this. I'm gonna get you no hold on, let me say this. Okay, if social media not a problem, why do a lot of negative shit get more views than positive shit? If social media not a problem.
Well, that's adults as well. But let me say this: why do you have kids and you're not the biggest influence in them kids' lives? Your kids should be more impressed with you than anything in the world. Why are your kids so easily influenced and taken away with every little trend they on that shit? No,
Right,
no.
9 times
Listen,
out of 10.
Johnny, my kids' parents never said, you know why? Because mine didn't. They ain't never saw me walking down the street with my drawers showing or those shit like that, man. They daddy don't walk around like that. You could be geared up and look very nice, and you ain't gotta look like a damn fool. My children ain't got tattoos in their face and shit. Know why? Because they daddy don't. If your kids are impressed by all of that shit, then I gotta come talk to you, Johnny. Like, what the fuck you doing?
But they got bro, you saying that, man, because they got kids that's not exposed to that stuff, dog. That's still not and still end up in those situations.
I would venture to say that the number of kids that are out robbing people and taking their cars that have both parents in the house active and only as pales in comparison to the ones that's out there being bastards and that don't. Now I would have to say that. I mean, I listen, my kids in college, Johnny, I know where they're at right now. I could put my hands on them. I could real life call them up right now and say what the hell I mean, why they can't do it?
Bro, so let me say this. Like it's a combination of bad parenting, a combination of the social media. Let me tell you why, man. Some parents not even home right now. I'm not, and some of them not even at work. Some of them not, some of them not at work. But if your child at the house by themselves right now, you have no restriction on social media that they could get on anything. They exposed kids nowadays are exposed to sex way faster than we ever probably was. Ever.
Yeah.
So I feel this
True.
dude. And you know one thing I really don't want to say what I want to say about parenting, dog, because I gotta say this. If my mom was shaking her ass, I never knew that she was gonna be shaking her ass. Now I may like I couldn't be a 14-year-old kid seeing my mom on social media shaking her ass. Like I don't know how I feel. Honestly. If my mom was shaking her ass or did anything, I ain't much know if my mom was having sex to be real. Cause that's how if she did it, I don't know when she did it or whenever. Now I no comment.
Kids is growing up. Kids growing up too fast, man. Let me tell you something, man. We on this show right now. We got three black men. I'm talking to two black men. Let me say this, and please take it away after this.
Go ahead.
Say, bro, y'all kids need y'all, man. Like all of these black men that's in these comments right now, let me tell you something, man. Y'all kids need, man, hear my heart when I say this. Y'all kids need y'all. They don't necessarily need you. need y'all stumping them out either. Man, them kids need to talk. Them kids got shit going on, man. And I did. As a child, when I was a child, I had some stuff that as a child I should have been able to talk to an adult about. Man, let me tell you something. Y'all children need y'all. It's bigger than the money. They fucking yo, they need somebody to talk to. Man, start asking them children, how was your day? I asked my children how their day was because when I was in school, I had some badass days. I had some horrible days. Man, some of the shit that I saw, that I was exposed to, I should have been able to talk to somebody about this shit. Man, listen, black man, real talk, and like you said, Johnny, all of the ones I'm looking to on this post, they in their children lives. The ones who we need to hit, who need to hit us, they probably not even on here. But man, listen, for the day that you tired and you need that extra little bit of energy to go on, man, real shit. Let this be that extra energy, man. Your baby needs you. They need you, bro. Boy, girl, whatever, they need you. What you say,
Hey,
Pat?
hey, bro, how you doing, Johnny, bro? What's happening, man?
What's up,
Hey,
King?
bro, I'm listening to y'all talk, bro. Y'all know I got a 13-year-old and a 8-year-old, bro. And the one thing about it is this here, bro, is I try to be a positive influence on their life at all times, bro. But my brother Eddie Christmas, bro, that's my dude, that's my homie, bro. When I say like, Matt, you marched on the line with him, bro, but that's my homie, dog. That's like the dude, bro, who inspired me to do a lot of things that I did in high school, bro. And I appreciate him so much, bro, for just keeping me encouraged and mentally stable on that issue. But peer pressure, bro, that's what he mentioned. Peer pressure. We have to think about the peers that that lie around, our kids, bro. Their surroundings and stuff like that, man. If we don't pay attention to who they hang with, then what I'm saying, they're liable to do anything when you really think about it. You know what I'm saying, bro? And that's a real deal right there, bro. When you really think about it, bro. You know, when you're in school and you're sitting next to that kid in class, bro, who throws paper at the teacher, right? And you're sitting there and you're like, man, look, he getting away with it. Why can't I get away with it too? You know what I'm saying? He's sitting up there looking at you like, you're a PMF, and y'all can go ahead on and understand what the initials are for that there, bro. PMFA. Let me just say it like that there. You feel what I'm saying? And dude going there sitting up there and looking at you like that there, bro. You sitting up there like, well, shit, let me go down and throw this paper, and you get caught for the issue. You feel what I'm saying, bro? It's like, dog, peer pressure is a thing, bro, that these kids have to deal with. And that's something that, like my kids are homeschooled, bro. So basically say I have them in a great school. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry I took them out of public school system, everything like that there, bro. But I needed them to go out and know their culture, know their heritage, know exactly who in the world they are. Because it was for me to go out and pay that money. I don't care. My mom was a single mom. Yes. But at the same time, I did my dirt. But when I did my dirt, I could say most of it was because of peer pressure. That was right there alongside of me. Yeah, grab the weed, smoke it. Yeah, peer pressure. You know what I'm saying? Drink this little bit of alcohol. Peer pressure. You know what I'm saying? Wow, you're not cool enough.
So
You know how you hear that?
I,
Y'all was drinking at St. Long?
Say, bro, don't bring that up, dog. Don't bring that up, dog.
man, something you said earlier. It's another thing that's killing our black males, man. Pride, and we all could be guilty of that. I was in Walmart one time and they had this little dude. He had this little baby. Little baby, like she was about 4 months, 5 months. And I don't know if the
Mm.
baby threw it up, but the lady behind him, an older lady, was like, she threw up, and he got mad at the lady for him telling her that he wanted to fight the lady, all kind of stuff. So I was like, look, bro, it's not even worth it, bro.
Oh, John, you said the old lady told him that the baby threw up.
Something like that, that the baby threw up. Like I think she said you gonna like clean it up or something like that. And I think he got offended some kind of way. I don't know what happened, but I'll make a long story short, he was really trying to like he looked like he was about to fight the old lady. Like the lady was like 71 years old. So I just intervened. I was like, man, go ahead, dog. Like you got your baby in your hand. It's not worth it. Like like if you do something to this lady, you heard that your child not gonna see you for like a long time, like at least a couple of months. Like I could tell you love your child, you holding your child, but come on, man, it's not worth it. So pride of a man, dog, that's in the Bible. Though. Pride of a man, but that is really another problem. That's why brothers kill brothers. That's pride sometimes, even though it be some sturdiness also, but it's pride.
Right. That is very much so true, bro.
Let
I
me say
mean,
this
like,
though.
go
What
ahead,
would you
doc.
say, Pat? My bad. Okay. Well, let
No,
me
no, no,
also say
no,
this:
doctor.
as
Go ahead.
black fathers on the real, sometimes, man, you gotta, and I don't mean be controlling or anything, man. But sometimes, real talk, you got to go to that child mama and say, "Hey, you got to slide to the side. Daddy got this one. I'm gonna talk to him, and you gotta take him somewhere and really give it to him, man. Like I mean, and not beat the shit out of him. I mean, give him the real. Pat, just give him the real, man. Like, hey, and some of them conversations, honestly, their mama probably don't need to be around for
Oh, that's a
because
definite right there, doctor.
yeah. But you know what?
That's
But
a
the
definite.
woman has to be secure enough to get out the way too and let that happen. But you
Nah.
have to be solid enough to go to her and be like, "Hey, mom, like real talk. We about to talk. You probably don't want to hear whether it's your daughter or your son. We about to talk. You probably don't want to hear this. You need to. You dig? I got this. Your way ain't working. This my job. We about to rap. Real
Man,
talk.
I can say a lot about that, bro, because I mean, like you look at Lyndon B. Johnson and what he put into play and everything like that, bro, for the women to feel more independent away from the man himself, bro. That is a big issue, bro, because welfare, all that stuff like that. What do I need you for? That's what a woman asks a man these days now. What do I need you for? I got the kids. I can get it from Uncle Sam. You know what I'm saying, bro? And the black father not being in the household, bro, is a big, big, big ordeal at this
I
time,
agree.
dude. And I mean, like, bro,
But
it is like,
but we not that Pat. But we got to still figure something. We
no. What
hopefully
I mean by that, Matt, what I mean by that is this here is that the woman will go on and tell that man when he tells, like Johnny was saying, hey, look, like you were saying just a second ago, hey, look, I need to talk to the kids alone, right? This, that, and the other. You know what that woman would tell that man? Nah, I gotta be there for that because this, and this. I want to know what you telling my kids. I want to know your kids. Hold up, these are our kids. These are our kids. I need to talk to them. You know what I'm saying? One on one. I need to talk to them. I need to let them know what the real is out here. I need to ride by somewhere so that way they can see what the really real is out on the fucking street. Because, bro, they think it's a game. They like, oh, okay, cool, no problem. You know what I'm saying? I go ahead on, listen to this, and this, do this, and this. You know what I'm saying? Probably influence around this one. You know what I'm saying? I got this, I got that. Bro. I mean, like, dude, that's how you get a bunch of Fauché guys, bro. Come on, man.
look, we got a couple of them on there too, man.
Don't rub your head. You know me, bro. I love my Fauché dudes, bro. You know I love them, bro, with all
Nah,
love and
man.
due respect, bro. But
But look,
I just
but
fuck
look,
around, bro.
I'm gonna knock you off though. A lot of them dudes are amazing fathers. That's the thing. The
You
the
think
the people the people that's
man, look
on
at
here,
Andre. Look
the
at
people
Andre.
that's
That piece of shit. He turned out to be the best father he could be, bro.
say,
Come
bro,
on, man.
like
Look at Joe
them
Lowe.
dudes, but this the thing though, bro,
What's up, dog?
is hopefully you have you're co-parenting with the person that has that has
A
that don't
stable
have really
mindset.
no in that don't really have no kind of insecurities in them. And you can go to them
Yeah.
and say, "Hey, my, this ain't no contest. If you have the solution, then I'm behind that 100%. But if I got the solution, ma, I want you to back that." And part of my shit with mine, man, is just listening to them talk and just correcting that shit. But listening to them talk, knowing that they have an opinion, you dig? I mean, something happened. Like why you acting? I mean, I'm not saying I talk like I'm talking to y'all, so I might really be like, why y'all acting so damn stupid? Like, why I keep having to come to this school and all of this shit, and just
Okay,
listening to them talk,
Hold
I
on.
got
Can I
one
listening.
for
address
you,
one?
Matt.
Can I
I
address
got
one?
one for you. Johnny, hold on. I'm sorry, bro, but I tell this to my kids all the time, bro, and I think about this right now. Johnny, how old are you?
Just made 38.
All right, you just made 38, right? Matt, how old are you? 40, right?
40.
Okay, bro. I'm 39. You're 13. Have you ever been 39? Have you ever been 38? Have you ever been 40? No, you haven't. So you have not seen any of the things that I have seen in this lifetime. So the one thing about is this here is that I can advise you. You can't advise me, but like you said though, sit there and listen and be the advisor. That is the best thing that you can do. Is sit there and listen, bro. But
Yeah.
if you don't hear their heart, dog, you know what I'm saying? Once you ignore that stuff, bro, they feel like, you know what I'm saying, you lost. To them, if you don't hear their heart.
Can,
I
I'm
can,
sorry,
mean,
John.
what
Go
I
ahead,
say,
bro.
what you about to say, Johnny?
let's say one thing right quick. I won't
Yes,
go
sir.
into what a king said. He said, um, he said, get your family out of New Orleans. And let me tell you this. It's nothing but just like you said those statements, it's just like, but then we talk about we have a problem with gentrification. You know what I'm saying? So if we leave, if we leave out of New Orleans, then
They move in.
you can't get mad if people move into your neighborhoods. See, and this is the battle that I be like. If people leave, if I'm about to leave, if I leave out my house right now, I can't control who buy my house. All I can do is sell my house. You feel what I'm saying? I maybe can't control who buy my house, but what I'm saying is, if I move out my house, then somebody gonna have to live at this house, regardless, because I'm gonna sell it. But what I'm saying is, I don't want to disagree with you, but I'm saying that, but we can't get mad when gentrification come around. You feel what I'm saying? It's so many battles that we fighting, dog. Like and that just that brought me up to what you say. Like we just need to get out of New Orleans. The more people that leave out of New Orleans, the more people gonna come in here and buy a property.
Say, bro, the more people who move out of New Orleans, the more we lose our culture. You know what I'm saying, bro? If you
That's
really
real.
look at it that way,
That's
bro.
real.
I mean, like, come on, man. Look, bro, we are a musical culture. This is a show. Think about it. This is a show. This is a band show, and we are trying to encourage our kids to do better.
Bowie, come on,
So,
Bowie. Hold up, Bowie.
Oh, wait a second. I just saw his comment too.
Bowie,
Hey,
just come
brother
on the
Joe, you
show.
want? Hey, brother Joe, you want to come on?
Bowie, just come on the
I
show.
want to talk about that with you, Joe. You want, brother Joe? You want to come on?
Come on the show. Bowie really,
oh
Bowie,
shit,
man, Bowie,
Oh, I like that. Hey, brother Joe,
that's
I'm gonna
my
let you know
guy,
right now.
bro.
I disagree with what you're saying. I want you to come
That's
on. Let's
my
talk about
guy,
that.
bro. But
Robert, send the link
I
to Bowie.
Send the link to Bowie. Hey, brother Pat, do you mind if we get him on real quick and you come back on later?
go ahead, bro. Look here, man. In fact, dog, peace out, brother. I love y'all, man, bro.
Love you too,
Look,
man.
take care of our kids. Matt, bro, take care of yours and yours. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you got yours. Have a
He
good.
said
All
Bowie
right,
love
D, I see your fat ass.
to rap.
Excuse me, was he talking to me?
See, I mean, I don't know if I'm not.
Ah, he was talking to you. Don't even know. Pat don't know. He was probably talking to me. What you said,
Oh,
brother
okay.
Durang? Glad to have you, man. You been listening
What's
yet?
up, fellas? What's up, fellas? What to do,
Chilling.
y'all?
So,
What up,
so,
Crucial
so
Conflict?
William. I put up William comment. So that's the battle. Okay, put up William comment. You don't sell your property, but then you got people that saying, "Well, they got another episode." They got people saying, "Then you should move. You should."
What we talking about?
We talking about crime and everything dealing with the city. We gonna get to the other subject in a few, but we don't. And that's, I mean, you don't sell your property. I'm with that, but it's so much, dog. It's so fucking much, dog.
Yeah, but brother Kevin, look, check this out, brother Kevin. The only thing about that is when we buy these properties, when we buy this property, what are we doing to better the neighborhood? It ain't just about us being there. We there right now. What are we doing to make sure the neighborhood ain't shits and it's clean, and you got kids, parents going to the PTA meetings, this, that, and other. Like it ain't just about having a presence in New Orleans. What are you doing with your presence? Black people have a presence in New Orleans for over 100 years, longer. I mean, what have we done with that presence?
Besides stupid shit.
I mean, for those of you who say we shouldn't leave New Orleans, you got two dudes on this show right now that got the hell out, and you have one Johnny who just said at the beginning of the show that he sometimes wonder when his time up. I
Well,
mean,
I
so
can't raise my kids in the fucking city that we don't care about each other. My kids, like I live in Covington, and it's a shame to say that I feel safer around people that don't even like me, rather than people that like me. You did my brothers and my sisters. I don't mind. I don't mind going outside with my daughters and my son. Out here in Covington. When I go visit my mama, I'm looking around. I'm strapped up. That's a shame, and ain't nobody should have to live like that.
Desmond, how? Let me ask you this: you say they push out. I just don't understand. If you buy a house, nobody can push you out. It's a lot, but it's a lot, dog. Like I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot. Where is Bowie? Bowie, you coming on? If not, we gonna go to the next subject.
he keeps saying send the link. Joe, the link right there. Oh, he coming on right there.
There you go, Bowie.
What up, brothers?
Now you know we called you on the jump on you, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
I really want him to explain. Reason why, because he was saying a lot of stuff. I really want to explain everything he was saying, especially that last comment you made. Robin, can you find that last comment that he made on? He said New Orleans isn't the problem either. There you go.
What's your take on the subject, brother boy?
I don't see
Could you try again?
Siri, I ain't talking to you. Go ahead, dude.
I don't see a problem with New Orleans, the city. I mean, I don't understand, why people feel like the solution to a problem is to leave. The solution to their problem may be to leave New Orleans, but I don't see that as a solution for me and mine. That's what I meant. Now, if I felt the situation living in New Orleans, raising a young daughter was hopeless, well, then I would do that. But I don't feel like the situation is hopeless yet. But if I did, oh yeah, I'd tend eastbound in a second or wherever, because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. But my initial comment was about social media being a problem. Social media is not the problem. Social media is what it is. It's social media. It's unlimited exposure, unfiltered, after dark, unedited. We know that. So then my question is, if we know that, why would we give children access to something like that? And that's when I put in a comment to Johnny. I asked him, I said, if there's a R-rated movie and your kid watches the movie, are you mad at the director for making a movie like that? Or are you, who's accountable for that? If you're accountable for your kids and you're accountable for and you're responsible for what they exposed to, why are you exposed at what's on TV as opposed to accepting responsibility and accountability for yourself? That's what I'm saying, because social media is just that, social media. Instagram, what have you, the internet, what have you. If there's no filter that we can put on these apps that give children access to the world, well then I feel, in my opinion, the problem is the parent, not the application.
Okay,
I
can I
got a
can I
question
push
to
back
that.
on that a little bit, brother Bowie?
Yeah, man.
Okay, let me push back on that a little bit. So in our day, we didn't have social media, right? Because
Exactly.
we were far more sociable than kids are now.
Right.
Compared to us, I think children have the personality of a styrofoam cup. We went kicked it with our partners. We kicked it. We didn't. I mean, if I wanted to talk to my partner, I ain't dealing him. I called him. You know what I mean?
Right.
So what did your parents weren't necessarily able to shield you from the social media of our day, which was just being sociable. What did they do? They did something because look at you now. So something was done. And that
They
whatever they did, that's what I'm saying we should do. Tell me what they did.
they were what you had always said. They were active in my life to the point where they knew my friends. They knew they didn't know what I was doing all the time, but there was a level of trust that they had with me. I had to earn that trust from my parents. They was there for me all the time, but they knew how society was then, and they educated me on it. They showed me. I mean, they exposed it to me. They didn't let me go find out for myself. So they in turn, while they were my parents, they were also my tour guide, because like I said in the comments, my daughter, she 13. I tell her I made 13 3 times already. So I know, you know, what 13 is, I know what 26 is, I know what 39 is. It was the same way. And I had a relationship with my parents where I trusted most of the things they said, pretty much everything they said. Now I still wanted to find out for myself, but I knew that it was a risk to my health and potentially a risk to my behind if they found out too. And that was a decision that I made. They didn't try to control me. They tried to empower me to make the right decision. And if I
They
made a
still
mistake,
morals in you.
yeah, but I had a bunch of partners who had nothing but morals, but at 7 o'clock at night, they still was trying to hit that 23 on that old cable box when that Playboy network was jumping loose. So, it was just, you know what I'm saying? It was, morals, yeah, they instilled it, but we got to learn for ourselves too. The old cliche, experience is the best teacher. But some things I was not willing to experience until I felt that I was ready to deal with the consequences if I did want to take a peek or delve into certain things that I knew I was instructed not to go to. Whether
And
they
look,
gave me a reason why I shouldn't do it, or the reason was because I said so. You dig what I'm saying?
Hey, look, let me ping on that right quick because you say about social media and stuff like that. Social media is everywhere. So that's not just a New Orleans thing, Louisiana thing. That's gonna be there regardless to whether you don't condone it in your house or not. It's gonna be at school. It's gonna be at the store. It's gonna be wherever you go. It's gonna be that way. And then you also said something about hope. I said you said about you got daughters. I'm not sure if you got daughters or not, but what
I
kind
do.
of hope is there in New Orleans for young ladies? What kind of hope is there in New Orleans for young men?
You have
Like,
daughters. You
well,
have a daughter,
only
right,
I
Darrell?
do. I have two daughters and one son.
Okay,
And
got you.
in New Orleans, there's nothing for like besides music. Music is the number one thing, and maybe football. Football is huge. But what kind of hope is there after? Let's say if you don't get a chance to become Matt, you don't get a chance to become, Ed Reed or Tyron Matthews. What is there? What kind of hope is there in New Orleans?
but we do have a lot of great
I,
people that
I
can
don't
come
understand. I
through.
don't understand. The road. What you mean? What kind of hope? What kind of hope
You said
is
you
there?
said you said you wouldn't be ready to move until there's no hope. But what hope is there in New Orleans?
I I I'm,
I think
I don't
I think I understand
understand.
what you're saying. He's asking for what hope of a quality of life. Like if you have nice shit, somebody gonna try to take it.
Yeah, you
I
can't
mean,
even you can't even
I
drive
mean that
around if
that
you
could go ahead. Go
you
ahead.
you
Go ahead.
get a nice little Range Rover. You can't drive around in that and think you're gonna stop at the gas station. There's a meme right now talking about I wouldn't stop in the East, and if my life was on blah blah blah. That's a shame. If I'm successful, I shouldn't be worried about stopping to get gas. My little daughter, if she get a car at 16, that's easy money right there. Somebody looking to come up on a car or something, that's easy. My son, I mean, he liable to be gone before he turn 18 because that's how the game is right now in New Orleans. There ain't no hope. Nothing.
But that I would say that's how it is pretty much everywhere. I mean, if you let's say you're in Beverly Hills and you see sirens light up in your rearview mirror. Are you feeling good that you're in Beverly Hills and you ain't gonna potentially get a knee on your neck in Beverly Hills?
So I stay in Covington, and I understand exactly what you're saying. When I see cops, and I stay in a neighborhood that black people couldn't go in. When I see cops, I'm pretty much I'm terrified basically. But
But we talking about, but if we talking about cops though, I will say this: I'm not worried. My kids are safe. My kids in my neighborhood, my kids go outside and play. I'm never worried about whether they're okay.
right,
Uh, I don't go outside and check on them. Now I don't f with the police because I inherently I am predisposed to a distrust of law enforcement because
exactly.
of
Me too.
experience. But let me say this: in my neighborhood, I am not ever worried about whether my kids are okay.
Exactly. And that's where I'm at. And my dad is a cop, and I still don't trust him because I've seen how they treat us. Day in and day out. When you try to give them a little trust, how they just mess over you, and all that stuff just go out the door of we friends and stuff like that. I keep my guards up in my neighborhood, but like Matt said, I ain't worried because I know we straight over there. Ain't nobody gonna come over there, and ain't nobody finna come shoot up the block.
And we just speaking to what you said about New Orleans isn't hopeless. Well, to people from the outside looking in, it look hopeless. I can't stop to get gas. That's a basic thing. I
Yeah,
need to get gas. Gas is a very basic commodity. I'm not chilling in the project. You know what I mean? Like I'm not transacting no drug. I'm getting
and then
gas so I can go to work. That seems
exactly, and then
hopeless.
and then and then I'm gonna have my little boy and my young kids. It's the youngsters out there doing it, so that means my kids gonna have to associate with them little rascals. So I don't need my kids associated with nobody like that. Because kids are seers and doers, so they see whatever they see, they're gonna try to do. And if my kid see that this guy he didn't came up on an Audi or he didn't came up on a rack, he want to know how, because daddy ain't giving it to him, and then now he's drawn into it. Now I don't need that, you know. I damn sure I don't like that my kids gonna go to school with predominantly white people. I mean, I don't have nothing against white people, but
Right.
that's like I rather that than them to go to school and learn how to break into a car.
Man, look, Darrell, you had a good question, man. I knew what you was trying to ask, you know what I'm saying? It came out kind of forward, but dawg, I was thinking about the other day. I was fussing with my partners, not fussing, just arguing about they talking about you gotta leave, this, that, and the third. My pride for New Orleans don't want to make me say that this is like a place where you can't prosper, you know what I'm saying? But like I'm in Houston right now. But dog, it's really like getting bad. I was thinking to myself, like, what did I have to do when I was younger, growing up? You know what I'm saying, bro? We're not too far removed from school as it may seem. You know what I'm saying? But if I wasn't on a football team or in band, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like, damn, what I have been doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was just right there. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Mhm.
crazy. I've been out of school 10 years now, and I'm thinking like, damn, 10 years ago, we had nothing to do to keep us occupied. You know what I'm saying? In this 10 year gap, you got COVID that it came, you know what I'm saying? Something that nobody never experienced before. And this crime rate is really ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, one of my biggest fears is like trying to be the person of change, you know what I'm saying? And ending up a victim of the environment. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a dream, I had a dream that I did something so big, you know what I'm saying? Like it was like a community event, you know what I'm saying? And some bad stuff happened, you know what I'm saying? And so like, because I'm a point the finger guy, I'm gonna ask you, what are you doing to stop the problem? You know what I'm saying? But it's really tough. Like we need some type of solution and some type of change, but at the same time, it's like when y'all was talking about the no snitching thing. You know what I'm saying? It's bad because we gotta start acting like we don't be knowing what the problems at. We don't understand what no connection at to these problems. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough, right? That is a damn good question. I hate to say New Orleans is hopeless, dog. Like the fact that you can't stop to get gas in your own neighborhood, fool, that's bad.
We always brag about New Orleans being the murder capital, but I think now it's like really starting to hit home. Like, damn, it really is dangerous. Like, I understand this as a young because my ear was more to the streets. But as you get older and have more responsibilities and families to take care of, you don't have time to be in the streets like to understand what's really a danger, what's really a scare. But it's really getting out of hand, Doc. And I don't know what we can do, but you know what I'm saying? Whatever's going on
Yeah.
right now, it's not working.
Don't get gas in the
You know,
east.
from uptown, you good uptown. Nah, it don't even matter where you from. You ain't going nowhere.
And that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like my mama refused to move out the hood, so I'm gonna always have to go in the hood. My mama's still on like Yola and Toledano. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Right.
that area is just like it ain't I wouldn't say as bad as it used to be as far as like drug dealing wise, but to know that you better not leave your car running, you know what I'm saying? All like your stuff would be literally sitting on bricks. You know
Why
what I'm
would you
saying?
leave it running? Why would you leave your car running?
I can't run inside.
Oh, that's a good question. Because I work and all of my cars have the
Exactly.
start. And I want my shit to be warm when I get outside in the seats. I don't want to sit on no cold ass seats.
I still
Look,
you
I
start worrying about.
but this is my point, though, brother Joe. It's I want my shit because my car has the ability to do it, and I work for this. I deserve
bet,
to be able to do it.
bet.
Exactly.
So that's a choice. So that's a choice that you make. That's a conscious choice that you make to say, hey, I'm gonna start my car, leave it running, so the inside so my ass could be warm when I get in it, but I also
But
increase the
bro,
chance
Hey,
of that
brother
somebody
Boyd,
taking
I
it.
can start my car in Covington, and ain't
brother
nobody gonna
Boyd,
take that bitch.
brother Boyd, you really sitting here saying that like you
It's
shouldn't
my
just
fault for
start
starting the
your
car.
car and
No,
leave it.
no, no.
Hey,
What I'm
look, it's
saying is
crazy.
this.
Look, hey,
What I'm saying
I
is
work for CarMax, and CarMax and Kenner, they lock their doors at night. CarMax here in Covington, we leave all them motherfuckers open. Why?
I have no idea. I wouldn't.
I can tell you what. You have no idea. You don't have no idea at all.
I could
None.
I have no idea. I mean, I have no idea. I could speculate, but
Oh well,
I don't live in Covington.
no. Speculate. Let me hear what you got. Because I think you do.
Well,
I think y'all know.
based on the way Darrell posed that question to me, it feels like he's insinuating because it's that much safer in Covington. And if it
It
is, I can't
is.
wait. If it is, I don't know that. If it is, then there's nothing I could argue to that point. I could say, okay, then it's safer. I got to take somebody that lives in Covington at their word. But that don't mean somebody. But that don't mean
If
that doesn't mean that somebody wouldn't try it just because it's Covington.
Well,
Nah,
I
the
feel
thing
what
is,
well,
Joe is
let's
listen,
speak to likelihoods. It feels far less likely that it would happen in Covington. Can we agree upon that?
I'll concede that. But I know 2 years ago they hit Slidell car dealerships, like all of them, like
hey,
in
I
a
worked
row.
at that dealership. I worked at that was an inside job. I was there.
Well, whether it's inside or outside, it was hit.
That owner got insurance money over that. I was
Well,
working at Matt Bauer Chevrolet.
okay,
I
so,
know, all them
but
tires.
my point is the crime was done. Now I don't know. You say it was inside job. Look, I
Hey,
can't say nothing to that.
I was
But
an
it was a
employee. I know it.
I have a question, brother. But do you feel like Darrell's question earlier about there's no hope for the youth in New Orleans as a large group? Let's not say that one or two that make it out. How you feel about that? You think it's true or false?
do I feel that the youth in New Orleans is hopeless?
Yes.
No, I don't.
Right. Why?
I don't listen. I don't feel that way. But time will tell. Is it bad right now? Absolutely. Could it get worse? It could. Could it get better? I hope so. But
Why
only
you
time will
hope?
tell.
Hey, bro, real stuff. I'm agree with Bowie on this. As long as you got a Wilbur Rollins, as long as you got a Johnny Van Buren, as long as you got these people, it's not going to be this. I don't know how you saying, and y'all niggas from New Orleans, and y'all act like it wasn't bad in 2010. Come on,
Johnny.
y'all. Like, and hold up. I'm gonna say this too. Let me say this too. I'm just be real with you. Y'all niggas went to Landry Walker. All the thugs went to Landry Walker.
Yeah, I
And
did
they,
go to Walker. All the thugs.
and
Listen,
why?
you
And
know,
y'all came out all right though. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I
Johnny.
understand what y'all are saying, but then again, you contradicting yourself.
I'm not.
No, no, no.
Johnny,
No,
I stated.
that don't
No,
mean that
Johnny,
just because I
I
went to
stated.
school with
Johnny,
a
I
bunch of thugs.
stated. Johnny, I stated. I stated earlier. I said if it wasn't for band or football, I graduated 10 years ago,
Exactly.
Johnny. That's a long 10 years.
My bad, I ain't hear that
That's
part.
the first thing
Okay,
I
got
said.
you. And even
Band
without
and
that,
football.
I know what
Well,
I've been. Huh?
let me say this. I agree with what they saying. I went to Kennedy. I came out all right. I should have been my ass out though. You, if we speaking of quality of life, you goddamn right. It's a bunch of places with a better quality of life than New Orleans. Culturally, culturally, New Orleans can't be touched.
So
I'm
Matt, let me
with you
ask you
on
this.
that.
Matt,
But
Matt,
you
let me
talking
ask you
A
about
this.
this
lot, a
equality
lot
of
of
Let me
my
life?
ask,
friends,
let
Goddamn
me ask
right.
you this.
Even
Let
with
me
that,
ask
a
y'all this.
lot
Let
of
me
my
ask you
friends
this.
from
if you
school
can't,
that,
if you
that
Can I
did
can't,
ask
not
y'all
live
this?
pay.
to, if you can't live to
X.
graduate
I,
the
I want to hear
Can
this.
I ask y'all this?
A lot of my
If
Yes.
friends that didn't do
if you
anything
didn't
at
grow up in New
school
Orleans,
are
if you didn't grow
dead.
up in New Orleans, would you be the person that you are today?
No, hell
No.
no,
Huh?
no, I
no.
would not
No.
be. But that
So
don't make it.
But
They
at the
don't. They
same
don't.
time, Johnny, I'm not gonna say this. I don't want I won't be devil's advocate, but at the same time, bro, and I hate this. I went to college and I did this, bro. Like a dude, I got in a fight with a dude at Southern because he said everybody from New Orleans ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Now why? No, listen. You know what I'm saying?
I'm laughing at Jamal.
Listen, look, after we went in that pickle food, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say I started like not saying questioning shit. You know what I'm saying? But all us that went to somebody's school and we came back and say, "Oh, he went to college. He think he know it all," type shit. You know, so he been there. He think he been there. Well, I'm not gonna say it's not an ignorance in New Orleans, but you damn sure gonna sit up here and say it's not people not introduced to a lot of New Orleans. They only know what we have here. You know what I'm saying? Like as a whole, you can name me 5 people that you know never left the East. You can name me 5. You can
I can name no. I can. People in the
Johnny,
East travel.
Johnny.
I
Everybody that I
New
know,
Orleans.
came out of from
everybody
a
that I know that
different
did not play in the band or football that I went to school with, pretty much 75% of them dead.
Stay here.
But what I'm
Or
saying
in
is,
jail.
what I'm saying is the word hopeless.
That's
When you
terrible.
say
I'm not
hopeless,
saying.
though, when you say hopeless,
I ain't saying as I'm saying for a big quantity, Johnny. Johnny, I'm saying to reiterate that because he said hopeless. I'm gonna say this, bro. To see the youth and without a change coming to see to even think that there's a possibility for a lot of kids, a lot like you know what I'm saying, a lot to make it, bro, or to just like not be harmed growing up in this city, dog, or not be stuck. I
see,
hate to say it, I'm going with it.
I'm gonna
I'm
say,
going with it,
hey,
dog.
I'm gonna tell y'all this. I understand the ignorance in the city, but what I'm saying is,
You sure you do, Johnny?
yeah, I definitely understand it. I'm a teacher, so you know I understand it. But what I'm saying is, when you say hopeless, you coming up and you have came up. I feel as though Matt went to another city, and Matt is well known in his city. Like people that come from New Orleans prosper way better other places, and that's what I'm saying is, the New Orleans is not just not hopeless though. It has its
Okay.
good and its bad.
Johnny.
I got a
Johnny.
question, Matt.
Okay.
Before you get to
And
that
I'm
question,
next. I'm
man,
next
I got
after
a
you.
question, Mike. Matt, do you think you'd have been able to do what you're doing right now if you'd have stayed in New Orleans?
No, I don't think he
I
would.
want Matt answer. Matt, answer your question.
We would have to talk about that. Okay, let me let me tell you why I don't. Let me tell you why I don't know. Because I'm a studio musician, and when I was in New Orleans, the only thing I wanted to do is go on tour and play on tour. I didn't even know this opportunity existed. So no, I was exposed to it because I went somewhere else. But I did take my gift that was nurtured in New Orleans and bring it somewhere else. But let me say this, Johnny. It's a known fact, and I say this all the time. I don't identify with hooliganism. I don't like ignorant shit around me. I don't like thuggery. But let me also say this. There were times when my parents didn't have the money to get everything I wanted, or life's gems weren't readily available to me. And there were times when I looked at people that engaged in things, in hooliganism, if you will, that had shit that I coveted.
Preach,
So
man.
while I did end up in the right, I did end up taking the right path, man, you goddamn right. That shit was it was hard to look at this dude right here that's got every damn thing, and I have nothing. I have nothing. Like my you got some cat who family trying to figure out how the hell they gonna get by. Now that could go to the New Orleans economy and a whole bunch of other stuff. But what I'm saying is that is hard to look past. You telling a kid not find that impressionable? God damn it, I know grown-ups that was looking at some of these dudes like, God damn, he got a nice car. His car start every time he get in it.
Yeah.
His car don't never. I mean, his car always got a battery. Bitch, we don't got that. So if the adults can feel that way, Johnny, you gotta know me as a child. I mean, dude, when I went to Kennedy, man, you know how my band budget got paid. My crowd brothers pitched in, and Doc was like, "Man, you good? We gonna make sure you march." I didn't have nobody gave me the money for my Kennedy band budget. I ain't had that money. So I mean,
I guess
you
I guess
that shit is hard to look past.
I have
I
a,
think
I have a,
I don't know. But when you say hopeless, I don't think New Orleans
I
is
ain't,
hopeless.
I ain't saying
I don't
hopeless.
think it's hopeless, but it's tough.
But
I
listen,
It's
mean,
tough, brother.
I'm gonna say this,
it's
Matt.
not tough.
To piggyback on what
Hopeless
Matt
is a
said,
different word.
Matt, I wanted to chime in when you was like, I don't know if my parents could afford. I got one deeper, bro. I was a teacher for 6 years. You know what I'm saying? I got one deeper. I said, I don't know if some of the parents have the know-how to get
You don't.
the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the difference between you not having the money and even knowing how. Like, bro, it's they so far behind. And I'm saying the city as a city is just so far behind on times, bro. You know what I'm saying? I probably one of the smartest niggas in my class. When I went to school, it was some shit that I'm just introduced to. They're like, damn, why the fuck? How y'all know? How your dumb ass know this and I don't? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm probably smarter than you book wise, but just like it's just so much that like seeing a clean city for the first time. Man, you remember the first time seeing a clean city?
Man, yes.
Pretty
Well, the
bad.
cleanest city I ever saw in my life was Toronto. But yes.
You wanna listen, bro? I got one better. This makes sound crazy.
So
When I seen downtown Houston for the first time, fool, and that's right there. I was like, when I graduated college, I said, Justin, I'm gonna travel the world. I went to Barcelona, fool.
Yeah.
Different.
It's
A
not
big Bourbon street art, street clowns, standing statues and shit. Cause you know New Orleans, French. That's another story for another day. You know what I'm saying? It's just a replica of Bourbon Street. Just it's how the whole country is. Clean everything. I'm just saying, bro. We not introduced to a lot here like we should. I'm blaming on when we been down south. Everybody, I don't think everybody New Orleans. New Orleans is too, I can say, small-minded as a goal set. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, a boy just asks, where do we start? How a fact, where do you start? Every individual that has a problem with something need to do their part. So if I complain about something, bro, I'm gonna try to do my damage. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot not to brag on what the hell I do, but at the same time, I'm open to suggestions on how we can change this and make sure the youth get out. You know what I'm saying? Or just experience more, even if that's bringing the experience here. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, where do we start? Where's everybody who watching this show? Where y'all children at? Where they at? Uh,
But
hey, let's make it fashionable for you, me, Johnny, my boy, Justin, you, my boy. Where y'all kids at? Let's get together and we're gonna get our kids. We need like that's my thing. You want to know where to start with the kids? Everybody, number one, know where your kids at. Where are your kids? What are they doing? Like, kick it with them kids. That's a good start.
Sometimes, Matt,
another thing. Let me
sometimes,
say
Matt,
that.
it ain't
Let's
about
see.
your kid. It's about the kid that don't have a father down the street that you know don't have a father.
I
When
know,
something,
but you can't.
when
What? And
something,
this is true. No, and this is true. But that's definitely true. So reach out to them, but man, reach some children. Like reach out to them, man. Like something gotta shake. Like that's gotta be the start of this. Is everybody get your get find a child, man. That effed up cousin you got, Justin. You might not have no kids yet. But you know he messed up. He work on your nerves. You know he ain't shit. Let's be real. But go get his little shitty ass. I'm being real. Go
Yeah.
get that little bastard and say, bro, you gotta stop being a bastard. For real.
Hey, man,
Your
I
bastard
know
ass
I know
ways,
some
it's gonna
parents
go
that got
bad
their
one day.
kids.
Say,
out here
bro. Hey,
slinging dope and doing other shit. And if you stop him and show him the better way, you're in trouble.
but we asking. Let me say this, dog. Something Justin said, like we really. I think we kind of like. I understand you say go get your kid, but something Justin said needs to go a long way. You get your kid for as some educational wise. Just to say he went to college, he said he came back. That's what they say. Boy, you think you know too much, right?
Yeah, and
You think you
it's
know too
listen,
much.
it's still to this day. Like I know sometimes I can be holding a conversation. I'm a listener, you know what I'm saying? And once I listen enough, understand that we not even here to even have a conversation, I'm done with it. You know what I'm saying? That's just on any level. But you're
Yeah.
right, like that's a thing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he went to college, he think he know it all. Or the why you try to speak so proper? You speak proper. Bitch, speaking correct is speaking proper. Like
Exactly.
what? Or speaking
Exactly.
white?
So
That's how I know.
I'm saying that to say the one thing that a lot of people in New Orleans don't focus on is education, dog. My son's here. My son's here. My son's like they got a computer. They do educational programs. They do educational programs. A lot of kids they play the game. You know they do different things. My kids do educational programs. We fuss about what needs to happen. Nobody, but education is fucking really important, though. Like it's really important. And if
Yeah,
you
Johnny,
have
but you,
ignorance,
Johnny,
if you
I
have
want to say,
hold up, Justin. If you have ignorance that's around you that won't see you educated because just like you just said, you think I know too much. They got a lot of parents that scared that their children go know way more than them at an early age, and they can't handle that.
I
Oh,
hope my kids know more than me. I
it's
want them to.
and
I
pride.
didn't.
A lot of that's pride, but education, dog. Education. I guess because I'm in the educational field, I hate to say it like this. When I'm on Zoom, I see my Asian kids line come 10 minutes early. I have to call my other kids to come to Zoom class. I call a parent. Oh, I'm at work. I can't make him get up. That's who problem is that, dude? That's the parent problem. It's a lot of different things, dog. That
And listen, bro, I kind before I
Boy,
go.
I'll fucking skull drag my son if he ain't get up for school. I can't make him get up. I
That's
don't even believe in whipping children like that. What? You
I'm as a new gen. I ain't say new gen. A guy who went to school in a newer generation, bro. Another thing, I just seen somebody say something.
been out of school for
And
2 years. You ain't new no more. Y'all been out of school.
listen, I graduated college in 16, nigga. That ain't that long ago. But anyway, bro, like this whole scholarship thing too. That's another thing we need to stop acting like it's hard to get. I don't want to say that like that, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? At graduation, somebody is saying, okay, 8.2 million in scholarship. That's the one thing I don't like. And if I ever speak at a graduation, I'm gonna say it. I myself probably had $60,000 in scholarship. The nigga next to me probably had 40, next to him 30, and they accumulate that just to make it sound good when I only can spend so much at one university. All the rest of it goes to waste. You know what I'm saying? So let's stop bragging on the graduations. That's all everybody said in the comments. Like, I just seen a lot of graduations this year. Hey, we supposed to graduate? Let's stop making it the standard. Like
What we doing
I
after
seen
graduation?
is what we doing after graduation. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not graduating from high school should be not saying the standard. And I don't know, because I know a junkie that stayed down the street, but not a junkie that stayed down the street with my mama, that he might be the smartest nigga I know. He ain't finished fifth grade. You know what I'm saying? So like the caps that we put on education, you know what I'm saying? Let's stop capping it. You know what I'm saying? What about the kid that ain't going to college? I know more rich people that didn't go to college than people who went to college. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of excuses that we make about the little successes that they're supposed to have and they glorify. You know what I'm saying? Achievements should be celebrated. They should be celebrated, Robin. They should. But at the same time, when you saying it like okay, they achieved something, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to ask what's next, bro, but like what's next? You know what I'm saying? Johnny, you in the education field, bro. How many kids, how many kids have an IEP in school that doesn't need an IEP?
Let me say this about IEPs too. Let me say this about IEPs. I'm gonna just tell y'all this.
Inform me of
Yes.
IEP.
No, let me tell you
What is
something.
that? I don't even know what that is.
No, let me tell you this.
Inform me of what that is.
If I was anybody in here, you need to let your child get as much help as they possibly could get from the state, from the money that the state is providing, because for years and years, our white counterparts has been getting all those assistance, and we have never known nothing about that. Let me tell you something. A lot of people that came up in my era should have had an IEP.
What is the IEP?
IEP is like, just say you're not good in English, you get extra help in English. You get somebody to give you extra help in English. If you're not good
Oh,
in math,
so basically like 504.
Yeah,
it's
it's an individual education plan.
but
That's what IEP stands for.
a lot of people look at it as, I don't want my child on that. But if you know let me tell you something. If you know your child really is struggling with writing and you not fucking working with them at home, but if you are working with them at home, you need to get your child as much help as possible. As much help as possible.
I combat that too, Johnny, because I know some kids that just bad as fucking, they don't want to do their work, and they just act like they need an IEP just to get by. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say sometimes the evaluation on that shit need to be, but I ain't gonna fuss about that because that's gonna go into parents.
Wait, I'm sorry. We got Brother AJ on. You've been on for a second, brother.
Let me jump in. First of all, I used to teach. I taught for 17 years, so I know what an IEP is. And I'm going to tell you why a lot of parents don't like IEPs. Because there are some school systems that sit there and put a stigma on your kid. If they have an IEP in elementary school, in middle school, when they get to high school, they're not going to take those high-level courses. They're going to put them in those dumbed-down courses, and they know that. And I agree with you, Johnny, and I see both sides. Yes, those kids need help, but it's also, you got some shady school systems that's not going to do right by those kids and push them up. Now, just a little background. I taught, I lived in New Orleans. My wife and I grew up in Marrero. My wife grew up in the Ninth Ward. We left New Orleans in 95 because of the way New Orleans was in 94. And it seemed like New Orleans is getting that way right now with those gas station carjackings and people breaking into cars. That's why we left in 95. And the problem that New Orleans is having right now is a brain drain. People who get educated, they leave. Now, I know, Johnny, you still in New Orleans? And my man, I forgot your name, who live in Covington. You got educated, you left. Matt, you're gone. My wife and I are gone. Now, I have 3 daughters. I wanted to come back to New Orleans. My girls are 23, 21, and 19. They've been in New Orleans twice. The last time they were there in 2013, I took them to Mardi Gras in 2013. Everything, we was there from Friday until Tuesday. Everything was cool until Tuesday. We on Canal Street watching the doggone truck parade and a fight break out. Nobody broke it up. I want my kids in that type of environment. I wouldn't have been the person that I am right now if I had stayed in New Orleans. I had to leave in order to be successful. I'm sorry. There was like no opportunities for me. John Eric kicked me out of school. John Eric High School kicked me out of school at 16. I had a GED, struggled for years. I didn't go to college until I left New Orleans and became a teacher and got a master's degree. If I was still in New Orleans with all those boys, like you said, 80% of them are dead or in jail, it's the same thing with me.
Yeah. And I'm young.
That's crazy because what's crazy about that is like, I hate to even have to say you have to leave New Orleans to get some type of success, because it sounds like you just bashing your city or somebody like, well, go ahead then. Bro, it's so much potential in the city.
I want to go back every day,
bro. It's just the resources don't be there. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, even the teachers, I'm saying, Johnny, you supposed to be making 120 plus. You understand how it is to teach at a damn school? You know what I'm saying? You understand, AJ, you're a teacher. I was a teacher as well. Once you become a teacher, you become more than a teacher. You become a friend, the kid's friend. You become a big brother to them. You know what I'm saying? It's more, especially teaching in a. You're not just teaching in New Orleans. You're teaching in Louisiana, has the lowest education system. You don't even go there. You know what I'm saying? Because I was listening to my cousin, his his Zoom class, and he's in the third grade learning with the fifth graders what I taught. I'm like, damn, y'all learning about the Boston Tea Party in the third grade? You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, that's what they learn about is another the story for another day. But she learned about a great compromise and a 3/5 New Jersey plan in the third grade, fool. That's stuff that they teach us in fourth and fifth grade just so we can pass the leap with that standardized test, and they don't teach you for school. They teach you to pass tests. Now we won't talk about education. We can definitely talk education, but Donnie, they need teachers like you in school. You know what I'm saying? They need male figures in school to even just teach. Boy, stop giving that lady problems in the class. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
I
not
say,
saying
Justin, you keep saying it's about opportunity. Let me say this. Let's say the deal tomorrow, I win the lottery and I win $100 million.
Mhm.
I'm still not going back to New Orleans because you can't have nice shit. If I have nice shit, let's say I buy me a Bugatti and go to the gas station.
You
where you
gonna
gonna
Somebody
drive
gonna want to
at?
bust me in my head and take it.
but I guarantee
You
you,
see
I
them?
guarantee how much money you gonna get a Kennedy.
Huh?
How much money you gonna get a Kennedy?
I mean, we listen. We blessing the.
I
We
just asked
blessing
you a
the.
question.
We blessing the blue and gold. Period.
But how
We
much
blessing
money
the.
you gonna get a Kennedy?
I mean, listen. It ain't no limit on it. I'm the man I am because I went to Kennedy. So
You still gonna
anything they
get
need, I'm just giving it to them.
it.
Anything. Now I'm being real. Anything they need, it ain't no limit on it. Anything they need, they just got it. But I'm being real with you. For me, it's not about opportunity. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm good and I could play. I'm certain I could come back to New Orleans and gig.
Let me
Honestly,
see.
I could do my job from New Orleans and just fly out and go do my job. I
And you know,
don't want to live there. There's no quality of life. If you
another
have
thing,
nice shit, people are gonna want to take it.
you're not gonna drive a Bugatti in here because the pothole's too fucking big. But another thing too, I feel like even the growth here in New Orleans, bro, like how
The four
long
want the four want their cut. I'm gonna
now
give them their cut like I'm gonna give Walker theirs.
Yeah, keep Walk
Yeah,
out of there. Keep Walk
Hey,
out of there.
yeah,
actually, we're
yeah.
working on getting the name
Basically, what he's
changed.
saying is, y'all
That's
know
another
this.
story right there. But
Madam
no,
CJ
like
Walker is what it is.
it's so many like I ain't gonna say gatekeeper type styles here in the city, bro. But it's hard to like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody pointed out to me, I interned for Q93 because I graduated in public relations. I want to be a radio broadcast journalism, all that good. I interned for Q93, bro, and like I thought that, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm about to be the next guy up on the radio, this, that, and the third, you know what I'm saying? Even me knowing that, like, you know, how far behind the higher up, what's high up here in New Orleans is a joke to other places, you know what I'm saying? But it's our culture is what people coming, you know what I'm saying? It's coming back to this, but I don't know, bro.
Let me
There's
tell you
quality
something
now.
else that's holding New Orleans down, and you might not agree with, but it's racism too. And let me tell you this: my wife is a doctor. When she graduated medical school, well, in her residency, she wanted to come back. None of those hospitals gave her a chance. None of them. Actually, none of them. None of those hospitals. And two, I was looking at a story in New Orleans where a lot of the big chefs, 90% of them are white, but 90% of the people who do the serving are black. They don't get
Exactly.
chances to actually be, to move
So,
up.
so that's that. You saying that mean the black people voted for the white people, right? That what you
No,
That's
saying?
the hope. No, John, that's the hope
no,
that you got
Hold
in
on.
New
Let me see
Orleans. You're
what
gonna
he's
be a
saying.
chef,
Let me see what
or
he's
you're
saying.
gonna be a bellman.
Let me see
right.
what he's saying.
No, I'm just
But
saying that.
black, but black people bash black chefs. But I'm
Who
just go
said that?
ahead, Mr. AJ.
I ain't say bash your own, but if you want to talk about this voting and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but is Mel Kintrell from New Orleans?
No, she's not.
Okay, now I'm
She
glad
not?
got the
Hey,
answer.
look, Johnny. When black people try to get stuff,
They
the
got this
city
thing about
stop
them.
it.
So
Look at look at when look at the whole Six Flags thing. There
All
was a
right,
couple black people was trying to get Six Flags, and the city told them no.
man. I
and
don't
this
So
want
you
whole
can't say
closing the bridge thing.
Wait,
My thing,
let's go. Wait, let's go back to what Brother AJ said with the
yeah.
restaurants. Okay, now I just so happen to know that to be a head chef requires a lot of education, just from
Yep.
what I do for a living. When we say blacks aren't becoming the head chef, how many of them have that level of how many of them? I mean, you to be a head chef at for instance, at Arnold's, man, you have to have traveled the world and cooked and studied cuisine. Like, how
You have
many
to
of
have
us
a
are doing
name.
that?
That's it.
No,
Huh?
they had stories. It was just a couple months ago, and look it up on WWL, where these guys had more experience than the people who were being promoted.
Yep.
We're not talking about experience, though, big bro. I'm talking about the
I
education.
understand. I understand.
I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, and I'm not
Yeah,
trying to shoot you down, but
I
being
understand.
a head chef requires a lot. I mean, like,
But
I
man,
didn't
what
even know that. I'm like, dude, it's just cooking. Like, you know what I mean?
I got
No,
a friend. One
sir.
of my best
I'm
friends
gonna say
went
this.
to culinary school for
Hey,
years, and he's still only a line cook at the Western.
yeah,
Hey,
I feel
dude, going
that.
to culinary school for a year, like, you gotta,
No, not
man.
for a year,
It's
for years, for years.
well, you
He
gotta
he
finish, and then you gotta, man. It's
and he look. Let
Thank
me
you,
tell you. Let me
Ernest.
get just put it in
Ernest
perspective.
Newport up there?
He worked at the Masters in Augusta with all these big time famous people. He done some big stuff,
Boy,
but
Robin be on this shit.
in New Orleans, he's only been there. He's a line cook.
Say, bro, I'm gonna give you an example. We play at Pee Wee Crab Cakes every Sunday, dog. Pee Wee got some good ass food.
yeah. I eat that every time I come in town.
Pee Wee got some good ass food. I hear a lot of negative comments about Pee Wee. I heard somebody say his food was over seasoning. A black person. I'm like, what the fuck? Over season? Come on, man.
I mean, I'm with y'all, but like, brother AJ, I think you make a damn good point about your wife, but
Hmm.
because she had the education to do with, but man, with the chefs, we got to get past experience, man. You gotta. It's almost like being a teacher. I
AJ,
used to wonder why band director, man, I hope this don't step on nobody's toes when I say this. Please, please, please. But I used to wonder why band directors in New Orleans, it was so easy to knock them out their jobs until I found out, well, this
Yeah,
person, I
yeah.
mean, I don't want to walk too heavy on that, but
uh-oh.
it's
That's
it's a
something
real
that,
thing.
boy,
What was
I'm telling.
Easton Band
Listen,
Director name when I was? I think it was
We
Brooks.
ain't gonna call no names. Let's don't
that's
call no
something
names.
serious too,
You know what,
bro.
Johnny? Now that I started talking about that, I don't want to finish that.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's
because
leave that out.
I feel like that could be a show
Okay.
for. Damn, okay. Yeah, we can talk about it.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
want I don't want to talk about that. But some things is not about experience. You could be way better than me at a thing, and I just have the education to do it, and I'm in there.
That's true.
So
I always tell my kids, like they be like, I don't want to go to school. I want to go to electrical school. I say, look, if you go there, you get your as much paperwork you need to be an electrician because you don't want to be the worker. You want to be the person to lead your electricianal business.
Exactly.
Mr. AJ, what year
Stop
did your
calling me
wife?
Mister John, please.
I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
What year did your wife try to come back to the city to be a doctor?
That was 97.
Okay, 97. I feel like it was a race. It was very racist. I feel as though New Orleans is still racist. It's not as much as racist as it was in 97.
Yeah.
Nah.
Bro, that's a topic, boy. I'm gonna say
Hey,
this.
look,
I
man, I know
disagree
a
with
lot
that.
of
By the
people
way,
that leave New
I
Orleans
think
to
New
go
Orleans was
outside of
very
state.
racist. New Orleans was very racist
It is.
back then.
It's
It was but it was us hurting us. It was black people. It was a bunch of dudes that looked like us. I was elated when they started going to jail for all of that corruption they had going on in them schools. For instance, let me
Yep.
say this for all of y'all who are in the marching band in the '90s and your school ain't had no uniforms or instruments. Let's just start with band. The money was there. Them crooks was taking it. The Orleans Parish Public School Board had tons of money.
they
Feel
still
All
do.
of that money, they went to jail because they was misappropriating the shit. Period.
exactly, and that's why when I became a teacher and I started finding out about how that shit really was working, bro. Like it's crazy that when one of the professors that taught us as a math teacher said that New Orleans will become the first city with an all charter school system simply because I think people always fuss about these charter schools, but they don't understand what it is. Orleans public schools, right, get money from the damn state. Orleans public schools couldn't even run their schools because there was so much damn corruption. And a lot of them damn schools back then was dumb. I hate to talk about y'all schools back then, but it most definitely was. They couldn't fucking hold them. You gotta get it's so bad when a charter school wants to come to a state and open up or a city open a school, they gotta get approval from the city. If a charter school won't come to New Orleans to open up a school, they don't even have the ex Orleans Parish Public School. They go straight to the state and they approve them because Orleans Parish can't do what they even want to. It's like they just dare to call it Orleans Public Parish School, but the charters run the whole damn. It's bad,
You
bro.
know what's crazy, Justin? You know what's a trend I've been saying lately, though, Justin? The trend that I've been saying, a lot of the people that's in the charter schools, and the other color is starting to leave.
It ain't even that, bro. It's when and people and like the charter school system, bro. I'ma say they did a damn good job. People might not agree with what they did because you go to some of the school, they got some they teaching, bro. But the sad part about New Orleans charters is they didn't have to come do much to do a good job. They just had to come do something. That's how much of nothing was being done. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that I can really go deep on it and even talk about the private school education. You know what I'm saying? How the private schools here act like they're so much above what's going on in the public schools.
Well,
But
private schools are horrible down here.
a private school is just nothing but a paid public school down here. But that's
Bro,
what
Wait,
it is.
I took
what?
my
The private
child.
schools are bad down there?
I took my
What?
Bro,
child
you know
out
how
of
many
a private
my
school.
partners, if they,
This money.
I wouldn't put them on the spot, bro, or what
Bro,
schools they went to, but they'll just tell you, bro, they were just, put it like this. Everybody out here knows somebody who went to a private school because they couldn't pass the LEAP test. Am I lying? Or they was in 8.5 and mom just put them in a private school. Y'all know a bunch of people, but
but
when you start
also,
talk about what else?
private schools are not like when we was in school. Private schools was real good back then, but now it's like the public schools is better than the private schools. Not all private schools.
I even hate to say I would like to. I'm not old enough to understand what you to prove that, Johnny. But it's very hard for me to believe that there was even better back then because
I can tell you that
Oh, yes, they was. Private schools is way
private
better.
schools
That's why I'm
was bad back
shocked that
then.
he's saying that.
Hey,
Yeah, the private
I'm gonna
schools
tell
was
you this,
way
man.
when
better
I was in
when I was
school
in
Cause
school.
and now.
look, academic wise, right now, it better than St. All.
Why you gonna throw St. Augustine on the private schools in New Orleans?
And Martin
That's
Martin
the black
Benoit
man
right
that
now.
you attack. That's fucked
Hey,
up.
What? Hey,
Martin
hey,
Benoit
Johnny.
is
What about
education
marching
and
band? Are
both.
y'all better than the marching band?
I'm
Man,
out. I'm leaving.
right now,
You went to St.
right now,
Augustine?
I'm out.
Ain't
right
you went
now.
to
Hey,
St.
Big Bob, we appreciate you
Augustine?
coming on,
Hey,
though.
real
Hey, brother
stuff.
AJ.
Hey, Chris, go do your research, partner. I'm just being real with you. Go do your research.
Yeah, like I say, we smarter than y'all, and we smash y'all every time we see you.
Who
I'm
said
being
that?
like, I'm not trying to shit on St. Aug, but St. Aug academics is not like it was when with my boy Bowie, when my boy Isaac and them was going to St. Aug. Like, and y'all know that, dog. Come on, bro. Like, them
I'll
teachers,
tell you what. Yeah.
y'all teachers pay. Y'all, St. Aug guys come on here and talk that stuff. Y'all need to give y'all teachers a raise. No teacher should be getting paid $30,000 in their 30s.
No,
Like, come on, like,
I can't
come
laugh
on,
at
bro. Let's be real. We want to talk the truth. What good teacher you go on get paid $30,000 a year, 30 off early 40s? Come on, let's be real.
And New Orleans cost of living is going to fuck up. Like it really is, dog. Like it's gonna be out in the next 5 years, bro. Like I know a plan that's
I'm
going on.
happy
Like
all y'all think that I'm tripping.
you
I'm
ain't tripping,
I'm
Johnny. I
so
mean,
no. I'm happy. I'm looking at all these. I'm so happy all y'all think I'm tripping. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
you can have one better. You can have one better. I worked for Inspire Nola. Inspire Nola at the time, they was paying the quote unquote paying the most teachers, the most salary for teachers. And they started us off at 42,000. And I said, wait a minute, this the most that you start a salary. When I started making, I think I started making like 51, 52. That's how I got bonuses and shit over
Well,
my
frankly,
matriculate it up. But that's
but
crazy.
St. Aug don't have discipline no more like that.
And all is known for sports band and discipline. I'm not saying
Hey, I would be okay. Let me say it. I know we got to go in 3 minutes, but I would be curious because I see Johnny getting a lot of flack for what he said. Uh, Patrick, Joe, Jay, Mike, everybody that's on. Do y'all think St. August, this St. Aug right now, when y'all look at it, even the band, all of that stuff, do y'all think this the same St. Aug y'all went to? Because it's not the one Nah, this. Well, what do y'all think? Do y'all think this the same
And
St. Aug y'all went to?
man, black is not the same St. Aug when you was in 02, black. It's not the same St. Aug.
I'm curious. Like, do y'all think this the same St. Aug? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, when I look at that's not the same St. Aug, man. Like, and I'm not trying to be funny, but it's y'all gotta know that's not the same St. Aug. I mean,
Man, when I used to see St. Aug, I understood. It was already known what you're gonna see.
Yeah, so when
Today,
I used to see that, I was like, damn, that them niggas
damn,
go. But when
them
I
dudes
got
on
older and like
fire.
realized like, oh, that's just them niggas, that was a, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's
Today,
bad, son. Like, you
I'm,
know,
that just ain't all. It just ain't
Hey,
I'm
all.
man.
not. I'm not saying all school. I'm not saying all schools ain't changed. But I'm saying. I'm saying. I mean, like when people clown me and say, "Bro, that ain't the Kennedy dog, the K shit now." Well, whatever. I mean, dude, it's a different class of student. It's a different level of pride. Um,
It was
there's no hazing. You know
it
what I
better
mean?
not, it better not, it better,
Hey,
it
Whatever.
it
better
changed. It
be.
changed. But hey, all the change that happened in St. Aug, it still was understood that St. Aug is St. Aug, and they gonna be who they are. Not no more.
St.
I,
Aug was the gold
man,
standard on a
I
lot of
wouldn't be
stuff. That's not.
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if St. Aug do the nothing but next year.
Oh, I ain't gonna
Man,
go that far.
Man,
Today,
I'm not coming against. I'm not coming against the. I'm not coming. Okay, y'all got to stop saying it's 8.5 million in scholarships, man. It's individual children that have gotten 8.5 million dollars in scholarships. So
yeah,
stop that.
so
Hey,
that's not,
let me tell you
yeah.
this. Let me tell you
Let,
this.
but let
That
me.
that
Dave
throw
has the
that damn
same.
number away, please. Hold on. 8.5 million scholarship this year. 99% going to college in his graduation class. I'm sorry to tell you, if I send my kid to a fucking private school, that should be a standard. So stop. Let's stop. Hell no.
Well,
Private
no.
school.
Yeah, hey, listen. I'm all for it. If you got 99, if 99% of the school going to college and it's all
Guess
black boys,
guess who
I'm
got
here for it.
90,
I'm not
guess
about
who
to poo
got
poo that.
guess
But
who
if
got
I'm paying for
98% going to
education, that should be
college?
a standard. That should
Guess
Nah,
who
be.
not
got guess who
necessarily.
got
Not necessarily.
98%? Guess who got 98% of kids
Hey,
going to college? Guess who got 98% going to college?
hey, let
Uh,
me let me say that.
Every
Hey,
single
Justin,
not
just
single
because you go to
parent.
private school, that don't necessarily mean that. It's a
listen,
bunch of kids. It's a bunch of kids. It's a bunch. Man, that's not necessarily true.
listen.
Like,
I get what I'm saying is, bro. Or maybe we just holding private school to two different levels. When I think about private school, bro, I don't want to hear about shit. I don't want to hear about my kid need books. I don't want
Oh
to hear about.
no.
I don't want to hear about they need band
Hold up.
uniforms. I don't hear about they need none of that shit. If I pass my kid to go to school, like
Hold
hey,
up.
hey, you
Hold
ever?
up.
Hey, wait, Justin, you ever went to a restaurant and everything was a la carte? Because that's how private schools work. Hey,
Hold up.
when your child get to private school, they 100% gonna need books. You
Hold
got
up.
to pay for
listen.
that.
Hold
That's
up.
not included in
Hold
tuition.
on,
I
bro.
got
What I
something
mean
to
is,
laugh
I'm
at.
saying if I'm paying for it, like you know what I'm saying, I guess paying for education, bro, it means much more to me. Like, damn, I go to public school, I gotta not saying settle for what they get again because there's a bunch of good public school, but I'm paying for school. I'm paying for the upper echelon of school. Am I right or wrong? You know what I'm saying? Am I right for even thinking like that? So I'm paying for my kid to go to school, right? I should be
No,
paying
wait, brother
for.
Mike. I'm
Hold
okay.
up.
I'm not knocking St. Aug because they're teaching young, especially young black men.
Oh
What I'm
no,
saying is,
no.
hold on, give me a second, Justin.
Hold up. I
I'm,
got
I'm,
something I
I'm,
want to say.
I'm
I'm just
comparing.
saying.
I'm saying that when you compare St. Aug now to the St. Aug when I was in school, it's not a comparison. I graduated in '99. It's not a comparison, honestly.
The
Say, bro.
one, how
Real
y'all
stuff.
knock the
Hold up.
one
Hold up.
school
Hold up.
that's teaching your, the one school that's teaching your black. I don't know. I don't want to sound like I'm having a bad St. Aug fest, but bro, like, why even?
I'm
I'm
not
paying for
you take
my.
if y'all take that as I'm bashing, I'm not. I'm saying dog, like y'all know the St. Aug y'all went to? Like,
They
I
even
mean,
say, bro,
and I
like,
agree with that. The kids are different, but man, like, bruh, just look at the band. Like, St. Aug was a fucking machine when I was in school. I mean, I'm not talking about no the way it sounded or nothing. I'm just talking the way it looked. It was a machine. What are y'all? I mean, y'all. Wait, I gotta. Am I tripping? Y'all can't see the difference. And when
you're
we was in
not,
school,
man,
and y'all,
you're not, you're
bro,
not,
all
man.
they see is that you talking about St. Aug. That's what it is, man.
I'm not shit talking them. Like that ain't no knock on me for somebody to say, "Bro, Kennedy is way different than when you went to. It is. I'm
Hold
not
up, bro.
like
Hey, they got a comment that I want to address. But say, bro, your boy
More.
say, hold up, McMahon is now the new gold standard. Now, when it comes to banning academics, now out of all the quotes I heard tonight, maybe academics get down. Well, ban? I don't know. if our standards is McMahon banned,
We in trouble.
then our standards is very, very low. And it's
I'm looking for that comment. Oh, Mac. Okay, I see it up now.
it's very,
You
Damn.
want
very,
the
very
McMahon?
low.
Boy, look. Hey, brother, brother LeBron, you gonna be the meet us in the show with a clip of a McMahon band clip.
John don't even know past full scales. That's the standard as an 11th grader. Come on, man. I don't know. Come on. Maybe academics. Now, basketball wise, y'all win the state. That's good. Bad? That's not the standard. That is not the
Well, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna
Damn.
say, I
No,
don't like talking about man bad because I
Justin.
understand what happened. But
Justin.
like, let's
Hold
not
up,
pick on.
Justin. Real shit. When the last time you recorded McMahon band?
For this is the thing that the last thing Camus had in the gym, his homecoming
2018?
thing.
2018, huh?
I was 19.
With fall?
Spring. That's not Johnny. It's McMahon been going through some stuff. Let's not even
Brother,
pick
you
on him
should
like
never
that.
even answer that, dog.
What I'm saying though is they've been going through some stuff. I understand what was going on with McMahon, but I feel like it's unfair
The
to pick on
Boy,
standard?
McMahon.
McMahon band gonna
The
catch Johnny
standard?
Band walking,
Hey,
and they
no.
gonna turn them horns towards you and blow all kind of shit.
They all go blow all kind of shit. You right.
They gonna turn their horns towards you. They're not even gonna play a song. They just gonna start playing loud.
The standard.
Bro, they gonna see your face on.
Y'all been fucked up, man.
I'm gonna say the standard. Like the standard. Like how you say Kennedy was the standard, man? He said McMahon is the Kennedy.
And he just said, I'm off a few years, John. He said he off a few years. Say no, alumni band still runs the city.
Say no, they don't. Bowie, I like Bowie.
I'm gonna put it like this: if Walker was to get a band together,
Oh wait, don't worry about it.
I'm gonna tell you
Hey,
the
but
best.
another thing, on a good note, I have some news about these school name changes, bro. Multiple. They had a couple meetings about all the schools that was up for the name changes. 35. Benjamin Franklin, believe it or not, 35 name. They had to submit names, alternative names. 35 had a huge ass turnout about them wanting to keep the name, but they still got to take the McDonald's. So the possibility of that maybe just name 35 High School. I think that's a good compromise to take the McDonald's.
Yeah, I like that.
Benjamin Franklin boys went the back. Benjamin Franklin name was up because we understand who Benjamin Franklin was. You know what I'm saying? It's another lady they putting up in a place for them. Walker, we have another meeting coming up. You know what I'm saying? Augustus T. Walker, if you know who he was, the band director of Oprah Walker back in the day. You know what I'm saying? The names now that's up for grabs is going to be Madam C.J. Walker. It's another lady named Walker. She was a white lady that did a lot for the city. You know, Walker was a white school before it was. So those alumni spoke out, and Augustus T. Walker is of the three options. The meeting is happening at the end of this month as well. So if we come out alumni, we may can get it pushed to Augustus T. Walker. That's like some great news. I don't care. I know how to say it. You know what I'm saying? To get the school name back, you know what I'm saying? To get the school back, it's a lot. So we've been putting a lot of work behind the scenes, which I don't know how to luscious thing going because that was a lot of BS. The school, the builder's name still is LC Fauché. So they trying to pull off some like Lusher at LC Fauché type stuff. You know what I'm saying? From what I'm hearing.
We want Lusher, and I don't care if Fauché is gone too. It's got to be something. It's not that. It's not that. I wouldn't care if it was like Mr. Bremer name or something.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm about to say it wasn't no participation on their end to push for Mr. Bremer's name, which this option was open. And I shared that link a bunch of times on my Facebook and I went live and talked about it. Yeah, but as far as you know how they do on these voting things, you gotta go to Zoom link. It wasn't a lot of a rep for that name, but you gotta think about it. How many people pushing behind the Lusher name? So I don't know what's going on with that situation. I just know for sure the 35, the Benjamin Franklin, and the Walker situation that's going on right now.
Johnny, if Walker get their band back, whoever the band director is, we
That's
at
another.
85.
That's oh, and 2832 in 2022. So we
I forgot
pushing
doing
to
about
get
Walker.
the school
We gonna
open
be at
early
Johnny them
26.
I
top.
ain't
I'm
never
gonna
got
be
to
at.
about Walker Band.
I'm talking about. I'm gonna try to
They
make
no.
that show every
Hey,
2 days.
nah. I think from word on the street is is Lusher is supposed to be getting Soulful Be Right band director. I mean,
Who?
not Lusher. Walker. If they
Use a
get the
damn.
name back,
Use a damn fool. Use a damn fool. You think we gonna see?
yeah, I
Man,
think
you
I
gotta
think
think
that
of.
cat is up. That
You
cat
funny.
that cat is up for the Walker
Boy.
gig.
The fuck
Listen,
out.
man, something else I want to put out there, and something else I want to put out there. We also have some band director changes.
And they got some bad representation across the whole state, across the whole city. Speaking of Baton Rouge, I don't want to talk about them. A lot of
Hey,
Southern graduates are now band directors at them high schools. So Johnny, you
mm,
might have some competition coming up soon with these young
I
cats.
ain't worried
You
about
better
that. I ain't worried about that. I ain't worried about none of that.
what
Shout
you
out,
about? What you about to say?
shout out to Trayvon doing Eddie Williams. Eddie Williams is the band director at West Jeff now. A couple of shows ago, Trayvon came on here and just said so many things about Iverson and about how he is West Jeff band, but you ain't that no more. Yeah, young audience.
That's cool, man.
You ain't that no more. Yeah, young audience. Um, Also, shout out to Iran for he's also leaving Scotlandville. I heard some stuff in the wind, some speculations on it, which I'm not going to say. But I heard some speculation that um, a very interesting individual might be going out, and this individual was talking a lot of smack to me also today, and he didn't never say he was going out, but he did never say he wasn't. So that's another one. Um,
You just
I,
picking all your enemies, huh? You just trying to pick up everybody that's the bad shot,
I
huh?
also heard that Justin Patterson is going to be the new cameraman for Eleanor McMahon. He's the but shout out to Justin. Hey, shout out to Justin Patterson for getting us some type of life, some band life back with these college battles. Which I'm gonna just tell y'all like this. I think a lot of people were sleeping on Alcorn this year. That's just my honest opinion. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Alcorn this year.
Absolutely.
I have them
I'm
at
gonna say this, like I said on my ladder tonight, of this spring band showcase. If y'all wanted to do a virtual battle of bands against me versus anybody, I'll take all Alcorn clips and I feel comfortable with yamming on anybody.
the only
You
band I
wait.
think that's
You say what? You'll take Alcon versus
I, I,
anybody?
didn't- I, didn't- I didn't stutter when I said that, boy.
that's for the
I said I would take Alcorn clips and yam on anybody. And I didn't put no if, ands, no buts, and who's. And that's just me being unbiased. I know, like, everything they drop was hits. No, real spill, everything they drop was hits. Everybody can say.
Spitter.
I'm serious. I hate to do it. I'm just saying everything they drop was hits. Everything.
Okay.
Now, I can't name one that wasn't. And if you can pick the song and we can ask was it a hit. I'm just saying that, bro. Like they really give all plenty of props. But shouts out to Old Pearl Walker graduate because they're running the trumpet section over there. And the city is deep in Alcorn's band.
What are y'all talking about? Rollins to Texas Southern. Where y'all get that from?
I ain't never heard that.
They just running them out. Look at the bro Janelle say Alcorn.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I feel you.
Hey, fellas, listen. I actually gotta check out and get my ass to work. Hey, it's always a pleasure. I like when we rap about these subjects and anything else we rap about. Next week, hopefully, we can get back to some ignorant band shit. I know I have something I want to discuss. Uh,
Let's talk about why.
uh,
Let me shut up.
well, I just want to say, as a precursor to next week, Kennedy disrespect will not be tolerated. Okay. Um, but we'll discuss that. We'll discuss that next week. Uh, hey, fellas, y'all enjoy the rest of the show. I love y'all to pieces. Blessings, y'all will. Okay.
All right, dog.
Who's signing us off?
I'm gonna say, hey, bro, next week's show, man, we gonna get back to some ignorant bad stuff, man. It's a lot of stuff that got to be talked about. It got to be talked about, like real stuff. It has to be talked about. We got to talk, like I really want to know who y'all think would be the next best college arranger, but we got to wait that for next week for that. Like, who would be the next best college arranger? Wait till next week, Justin. Don't think about it now. Justin might come back on next week with his thoughts.
I already got my answer, and it ain't what we talking about.
It's hard. It's hard. That boy
It ain't
over
hard. He
there, like,
resides in the city of New Orleans.
And
And
I'm gonna tell
please,
you, anyway, we're gonna talk about it next week. Also, if you got a subject you want us to talk about, man, look, put that on our page, hit the inbox and let us know what you want us to talk about.
right.
All right, man.
Peace and hair grease.
Thank y'all for coming. God bless you. Good night. Crucial conflict. Peace, and we out.